again, everybody. Yeah, I started once already, Robert. My internet company is just acting like a fool again and not allowing me to carry 3 upload for some reason. That shouldn't happen. Today's the final straw. I'm going ape shit after this. I'm not in the mood to be tolerating this. And guys, I'll tell you this. After back surgery, bending over and trying to get behind shit where you're trying to unplug or replug things in or reset stuff, it really hurts. It doesn't feel good to try to do that. Hopefully, though, hopefully that helps out a bit, but we'll see. We'll see what we get out of it. But all right, so poll 10. I started off by saying thanks everybody for the well wishes. I've been getting tons of them, almost to the point of annoyance. I know you guys care and I love it. And if I've sounded short with you or sounded like I'm giving you repeated tech, Robert, you live in a city with many internet providers. I live in a city with not many internet providers, so I don't have a lot of choices to come with that. Yeah, we'll see. It'll come back, I'm sure. But, so, I got all the gear on. I got the neck brace on. I have this neat little Iron Man suit thing, which actually kind of works like the Iron Man suit did. It creates a magnetic field that supposedly helps bone stimulate growth. So they got me wearing this thing, so that's good. All right, so I'm gonna stick this one on right now. Let's see if we don't screw this up. We're gonna just hit a full high 3-wood at it. I'll probably miss the ball. That's what I'm gonna be doing most of, missing the easiest shit you've ever seen. And it makes you mad, and it makes me laugh, but sometimes it makes me want to cry too, though. Okay, good. Looks like everybody's online. That's good. Just hopefully it stays. That's what we're going for here. I got a feeling it's going to buffer again. Yeah, it's funny, Chris, because I did well, right now, Robert, I'm in the pain level of Vicodin, please, and it's working. It's working well. So right now, I'm at a 2 or a 3. The surgery, it's not that bad. There's some discomfort in it, too. Now, it's weird, though, because right after the surgery was done, I came out of anesthesia. I was like, holy shit, I feel like a new man. And then now I feel kind of back to before, but we're back and forth with, because right after your surgery, you don't have any of the swelling or any of the after effects. Plus, they load you up on steroids when they're giving you anesthesia. So all of that combined, so we're going back and forth. It's going to be somewhere in the middle, so I'll have a lot of relief, but there's still something else we're missing. I'm positive of it, and then we're going to have to find it. And I'm thinking there's something in my left shoulder, but we'll see. Let's see how this goes, though. All right, we're on. Now, I've been missing these kind of putts left and right. Not this time. Well, so this is weird. So my neurosurgeon, she's a little older woman, like probably early 60s, phenomenal surgeon from what I've understood from people, but she's very rigid on her recovery. Like 4 weeks in the brace, you don't take the brace off, you don't do anything like that. But I had to see, she's on vacation now, so I saw the other neurosurgeon, and he was like, well, she'll say to do this. I'm more of the effect like, look, after a week or so, you're not ripping the plate out or knocking the screws out. So you want to do more so that you're not stuck with all this stiff stuff. So they're saying that a lot of the pain that I'm having now is muscles tightening up. Oh, God, that's ugly. Well. Did you hear about the 3 holes outside, Marc? Well. Let's see how we can hit a C3 here. Yeah, and that doesn't bother me too bad. And it's funny because thumbing is actually more painful. This, I'm not really moving my back at all. It's kind of nice, or neck, what have you. But I have to do something, guys. You know I'm a little bit of a nutcase, and I can't really just sit around all the time. Let's see how many, if I can keep winning these. Ryan, man, I'm getting stir crazy. I mean, I did play Elder Ring for a good 7-8 hours today, and while that's fun, I can't do it all the time because my wife's home now. Otherwise, I'd still be playing. All right, so maybe we cleared some stuff up. Oh wow, fucking Alja's got me on points. We'll get past them. So what did I miss? We had a great tournament weekend. You guys had a nice little run. We had one of our viewers, our very own Bryce, our little 15-year-old prodigy, taking care of business and winning the purple. And then we have our other 15-year-old prodigy, Clinton Grover, taking care of business, getting another win on it. And I do have to say, I watched that Specgate stuff. That was freaking hilarious. Jason Lachavo, I knew you were funny. That was also the longest I've not seen him away from Jackie while he's commentating. So it's weird. I didn't know he was a single individual. I didn't know he was his own person. I love those two together, though. It's a perfect. They're perfect. Oh, it was hilarious. All right, if I'm getting shots through that, I'm okay. That's my worst hole of all time. Now I did get some new design trackballs from Justin Townsend to replace the one that was falling apart, which is good. Used a different technique, he said, different laser, and also he gave me one of the urethane balls. So, what I want to do is I'm gonna get a disc, like an LED disc that's just a battery powered one, and underneath it, so we'll have a nice little glow to it. Weight wise, they're pretty comparable. So the only thing that we'd be worried about that we would notice as players is if the friction coefficient of it's different. So if this thing rolls through metal a little differently, I think that would have a different problem, and we wouldn't get as much grip or more grip on the rollers. Who knows? Maybe we'll like it better, but it's probably something I shouldn't do if I'm really worried about tournament play, because they're not going to have those. We need points. We got to catch L. All right, we need a holdout basically now. Actually, Al might not get this. I might not get this either. No, it was easier. This is going to be a problem here at this putt. All right, well. I can't be mad. I can't be mad. I made $2.50. Welcome back, Connor. So, couple other, other news is... Just a couple of people, a couple tidbits here. The Word of Mouth Handicap Tourney. We now have a King of the Hill match ready to go. It is one Andrew Haas, who actually shit the bed on his Monty round, and Stephen Kramer proceeded to shit the bed right behind it. So they both tied with 27s, and Haas won by points. Then the other match was Kenny Callis versus GVK, and Kenny Callis won outright by 2 strokes. So the King of the Hill finals is going to be Andy Haas versus Kenny Callis. We got some other guys pulling up in the losers bracket. We're going to let them catch up. But either Saturday or Sunday, tomorrow or the next day, I'm going to start signing up for the next tournament. I'm pretty sure the machine's still going to be one of the prizes because I believe that everyone wants to take the cash value. Obviously, it's not over yet, so we'll see. I didn't talk to every single person left in it. But, so we're going to have that. We'll have the machine. We'll have 2 2022 updates for Home Edition. And really, if it needs to be commercial, I think I can make that happen too. We're going to have the 0-2 tournament. I need an opinion here, guys, and logistically wise. So what I'm going to do, I think there's 37 players that went 0-2 or 1-2 where the 1 win was a bye. And they're still going to be in the 0-2. But what I wanted to do one invite where it seeds and you take the top 8 people out of it. And then those 8 will then play a bracket, or I'll do another 8-man invite where it cuts it in half, and then the 4-man, the winner wins it kind of thing. The problem with that is getting everyone to accept it's going to be a hassle. So what I'm going to do is, I think, and to tell me if anybody sees any issues with this, I'm going to just randomly break it down into fourths, and I'll do 4 invites of, let's say, 8 people in it, where 2 people from each one of those advance, and move on to the next round. So that kind of thing is what I'm thinking of doing. I like both ways. If you guys got any opinions or any ideas with that, that's great. Please let me know. And then when the tournament ends, I'll have to go through to see who's got the best shot. And I gave an email address that I wasn't expecting to use, and now I've been using it, so I got all sorts of work emails in there, so I'm going to have to dig around and figure out who's on what hole, who's on what great shot where. But I'm using Outlook, so I should be able to do a search for it and find everything. Did I overcut that? Maybe not. All right, so we haven't missed a shot yet. That's the impressive part of all this. I'm happy for myself. But I'm going to keep these shorter, even if I'm feeling good. I'm not cracking 2 hours on any of these streams, guys. So please don't get your hopes up and try to talk me into going late. It's not happening. I think tomorrow is going to be my Portillo's day. Yeah, exactly. I don't want to give it a little bit different of a format, Greg. It's just doing the same thing over and over again, and that's also part. Wow, a 15 seed, unbelievable. Yeah, Mark, I can try. Shit, I can't even go till midnight with Jill right now. And I'm going to take off the bone stimulator now. It makes a magnetic field, and it's causing issues in my headphones, and it's driving me crazy. Now, I always like to use a high T and go down to like a 5-wood or 4-wood or 6-wood at this, just because I don't want it to get up close to the front part. And this neck brace is becoming quite familiar on me now. It's almost like a mask, except like I keep wanting to pull it up because I feel like it is a mask. I don't like this look. Westlake, Texas, who's beating us? Tim W. We're going to kick his ass right now. Now, I got to play this cycle of 2007 because I'm doing something with that course, with those courses, and I got to get a refamiliarization with the holes. Huh. I don't feel too off right now, except for the pills kicking. Slide. All right, did Texas drop down already yet? No, still one better. We got more. We got the pre-orders going now for 2022. It does say on the pre-orders that Home Edition's not shipping until June, and I think that means that they're gonna ship the commercials like middle of May, and then I'll give it about 2 weeks before Home Edition comes out. I'll get you guys more info on that as it goes. Plus, Kevin's working on getting me a drive to test, so we can make sure we don't have any goofy errors that are easily corrected on it. And then I feel special, too, that I get them before you. And you guys should hate me for it. But I gotta say, when working at the teasers for these... Well, good luck, Jason. Feel better, bud. can't believe, and I'm not fully back yet, man. This is still a work in progress. Love's like this, and it's really warm with all this on too, I must say. Absolutely, man. Fantastic, dude. Wow, we got something special coming for that ass storm. After this, I'm going to play the cycle. Q was kind enough to send a cycle of 2005. Yeah, Mark, I'm going to do my best, man. Wow, 40th, man. Woo! What weekend is Florida? So I know that's dirty. I know it's dirty, and I love it. That's hilarious. Oh, Brandon. Well, hey, it's as good as we expected. Now, if I do schedule and say I'm going to stream, guys, please don't think I'd be ditching you if I end up having to cancel the last minute. I mean, I've had days where I feel nothing wrong, and then I've had days where Jill can't even talk to me because I'm miserable. So we're going to try my best, and also the VA has to ration off painkillers now. They can only supply me with 5 days of painkillers at a time. They used to prescribe me 3 months worth at once with 3 refills on it, which is, I mean, it's kind of crazy. And they have to, with all the prescriptions of it, they also have to send you, I think it's Norcam, the inhaler that's supposed to get you past, to get you, if you OD on opioids. They have to give you that too. Because my birthday's the 16th of May. And that's probably about when I should be done fully recovered, is what the plan is. I knew it. Why did I do that? I had the right shot. Dumbass. Do you want Narcan? That is good. Coming at the door. All right, so everybody but Al missed that. Good. So I'm still in it. Hey, Gino. Oh, giddy up. Yeah, dude, don't worry about it. I've been... in a lot of respects, yes, but you're going to hit a limitation, Caesar. There's going to be times where that just doesn't cut it. Like this. If I was short, I don't think the 5's going to clear that anywhere. I'm too far down the hill. So I have to hit the 6 with bite, and if I don't max this out, it's going to be really short. No, I think the 5 would have cleared it. But, guys, luckily, this is part of it, too. That my whole using the shoulder as my fulcrum while I'm swinging. I mean, look, you may think that I abuse myself playing the game, but I'm making my body do the motion that it's natural, so it's not doing anything. And they have equated none of the issues that I'm having with Golden Tee whatsoever, which I still can't imagine. But it's not. And Gino, to be quite honest with you, I don't remember. You just saying that just made me remember that we were going to do that. So, I mean, you could tell me anything right now. This is a bad look. When you can't get it up over the hump there. Hi, Austin. How you doing, buddy? You got to put it here. Now, look at how bad this distance is. It's an ugly shot, and what I've been finding here is even if you're playing the branches on the trees, there's a lot of solid ones on there. I've knocked it back into the water a couple times. Of course. Yeah, it's going okay. God damn it. Fucking Christ, that gets me the win if I win. Alright, we're gonna hope they mess this up. Pins on the bottom right. Guys, I hate this shot. I despise it. I mean, this goes to... this hole almost made me say fuck this game because it's so stupid. It's still an atrocious designed hole. It's cool if they were going to start saying, oh yeah, we're going to make obstacles that you play through that break when you're playing. Guess what? There's never been another one. It's just this hole. So really, you set yourself up to have to figure some goofy fucking almost glitch out for one hole all time that follows no standards of any other hole in the game ever. I don't like that. That's not right. But you're going to see this from me. One good game, one bad game. All right, let's just ace this for shits and giggles. We got to get an ace. All right, not a good one. All right, let's go. I want to play this. I got to play this cycle of 2007 real quick. So we're gonna. I didn't. Q sent me his scores. I didn't even look at it. And whoever had invites that was expiring last week, be very happy, or they're expiring this week, because I pretty much started them and DNF'd them all. It was really good. Really good. All right, so that's Indigo, Moose, Palm, Glacier, Rustic. We're going to start at Rustic. Okay. All right, good. All right, so we're on Rustic. I'm sick and tired of this hole. We've seen it too much. This won't clear the middle with the 10.5, but if I stay just to the left of the peak of those trees, it's over, no problem. But there is what we'd call an invisaleaf at the top of that tree that it will hit every time. Well, 60% of the times it'll hit it every time. It's like Six Panther. This, I mean, I'm a fan of the hole. I don't like the offset. Nope. You guys got to get some chatter going here. I need questions and shit to answer, or else I'm going to start thinking too much. Look at that. That roll in the rain only went like 4 feet. Crazy. Did I change my bag? I did not. All right, we're going to hit. We're going to get a chip. Okay, so I'd have to kill Toby Keith right away. I just don't like the dude. Drives me nuts. God damn. I guess I'd fuck Machine Gun Kelly and marry Carson Daly. He's pretty much vanilla, right? Fucking rain. Yeah, that's a really bad one, dude. So it's fuck Machine Gun, marry Carson Daly, kill Toby Keith, and that's it. We're done. Hey Dan, how you doing, buddy? Okay, good. We've seen this one a lot too. We're not getting it up. Yeah. Good as to be expected. I mean, oh, do you guys want to see the sweet ass scar? Look, I don't care who the Democrats run. We will not be winning an election. Only way we do is if Trump gets nominated, and he's the guy running against him. If I had my druthers, and just like the last election, I would love to have Cory Booker be our running guy. He speaks with passion. He seems to legitimately care. And honestly, seeing them all live, I didn't get to see Bernie live. Cory Booker was the one guy that spoke that you could tell was more ad-libbing it, but he gave everybody the feels. Like, people could get behind what he said. So I would go, I'd pray for Cory Booker and just hope that the Republicans get Trump back in there. What are the odds lines on who's going to be the runners? Who's going to be running? But, and the other thing we can't have, look, I am not a Biden fan as a human being. I like him, but it's just, I just can't imagine that these are the best two people we had that were up for office. I just can't imagine it. I don't understand how it has to show you that old white males run everything. If those two pieces of trash up there, I mean, as candidates, that is, Trump is a human being, Biden as a candidate. That's the best that we got. We should be embarrassed for ourselves. And it's not saying that having a stutter or anything's bad, not being a good public speaker, but you're going to be the president. You should check all the boxes. It doesn't matter. I mean, like, and not saying that a disability should limit you, but a non-disabled person, it's just like saying, like, I'm not against anything to do with transgender. I just don't want them competing in having a physical advantage in sport, like the swimmer. And really, I think that most of the country feels the same way, and I don't understand how it got to where it was. But Caesar, with your point, though, about the max distance, and this is going to be the problem, we've talked about it for women. Look, can I play a game with all thumbs? Yes. Will it cause me not to get certain holes? Absolutely, yes. It's just no way around it. I can't max it out on thumbs. I mean, the most I can get my thumbs up to with just a thumb shot is probably 105. So we add 19 miles per hour to it. So that's like a 124 with a pullback. That's about the tops I could get with my thumbs on a shot with thumbs. Is 124 drive going to allow me to drive a hole that's 380? No. Is it going to give me a chip? Yeah, but is it going to get there? No, it's not. It's not getting on. And let's be honest, where you're 98% making the putt, you may only be 75% making the chip. The odds are just not in your favor. And then the other thing, the theoretical max for courses definitely goes down a stroke or two if you cannot max out the speed on the ball. All right, let's jar this. Is that to win? Adam, it's sore, but it's not terrible. I mean, it's not now. I'll tell you what, I'm in more pain now than I was before the surgery. The stuff before the surgery was all not as much pain as numbness everywhere. Now I feel like that's to win or to run. Guys, let's just look at that list there, guys. And I wouldn't give any of these people control of a fucking potato gun. How is this the people that are going to have a chance to run? How is this where we're at in the world? None of these people are as good as half the people that we know playing GoldenTeeTV. It's sick. Biden better not run again. He just can't. There's no realistic expectation. I look at Biden as like vanilla ice cream, right? Yeah, everybody likes it. It's perfect for root beer floats. But has anyone ever answered the question, what's your favorite ice cream? To be vanilla? Absolutely not. Got the love I need to see me through. Oh, really? Michelle Obama is not running, dude. If you guys have watched anything about her, she did not like it. She was a phenomenal first lady. She's very charismatic, great public speaker, can rally troops. Andrew, we're doing okay, man. I'm trying. I don't call it playing yet, but I feel like I'm relearning GoldenTeeTV a little bit. There's certain things I know I can't do yet. Okay, Liz Warren, get the fuck out of here. That's not going to work. Obama, well, Michelle would be a good one. Pete Buttigieg. I'm sorry, you don't take what? Director of Transport. What did he take? Director of Transportation? Sorry, you don't move from that into the president role, dude. Can't see it. If it's not Biden going, which I just can't imagine it is, but it's got to be Booker would be the guy. It's got to be Booker. Sanders is too old. Booker's young, charismatic. I like it. Well, because an Obama character doesn't draw the same much of attention from either way. I think it's also a problem that our president has become into somebody we make avatars for, and they're reality TV stars, which is perfect for it's disappointing, put it that way. Oh, thanks, Gino. Thanks for ruining my day. I don't want to see that. God damn it, Gino's got me all. I'm feeling really good, and now Gino's got me thinking about goddamn presidents. Oh my god, dude, Stefan, are you? Okay, that's another one too, and I hate to say that if I've said it in the past. If the Dems put The Rock out there as I would tell you right now, if the Dems put The Rock up, he's our next president, guaranteed. I guarantee you, I would put any money on that. If he's up for election, he would win the election. All right, we get an easy look here. We can just go deep. And that's also an embarrassing state. Fuck. I can't figure this out. My chipping is just so... Ugh. JW. Yeah, I mean, it does. I hate to say it, that movie's starting to become more of a fucking documentary than it is just a farce. It's disgusting. The sad thing is I'm as qualified to run for president as most of these fucking assholes. Yeah, chipping is just no feel for that, man. But the other embarrassing thing about this, guys, if it's anybody but Trump that's on that list, is the nominee, they beat any Democrat we run, except Dwayne Johnson, except for The Rock. Oh, we don't need that column. The best movie Tom Cruise movie ever. I'm gonna nerd out on this, but I'm gonna say Minority Report. I know it's a little tacky. A little nerdy, but Top Gun's too easy. Cocktail was going to be my second, and it's probably my second. All right. Yeah, okay, so the rest of this list is ridiculous, and I don't think we can predict yet, because honestly, I really don't think Biden or Trump run. I really don't think either of them run. Oh, Andrew, I didn't even think of Rain Man. A Few Good Men, too. All right, here. I'm gonna take this off for a second. Come close. I want to show you guys this. The scar is freaking impressive. All right, ready? We're getting in close. We're getting in close to the real thing. Look at that bad boy, dude. That thing is solid, dude. You know, I thought that when they do this. Okay, and there's another one that I just watched that's really good too. It's Edge of Tomorrow. All right, we're gonna play these guys out. So if you guys have any favorite holes on any of these courses, let me know. Where is it? What was the second one? Indigo. No, and actually, no, they don't. And the plate is on the front as well. I guess you get it's more. They have more risk if they go to the back. That thing's big though, but it's healing very well too. That's good. Oh, Days of Thunder, man. Oh. God, I always kind of think Tom Cruise is like kind of a joke career a bit, but look, it does, but no, that's what they had to do. And she said she had to. So the story that she told me about the surgery was it took her like 3 times as long because I had like a 19 neck before, and I had a really thick neck, and this is not sexual by any means, just a thick neck. She said it took her forever to get through it. And then once they got through all the tissue and pulled the throat to the side, she said one of the discs shot out. And like she said it was they went and got like their medical photographer. So I'm going to get that picture so I can show everybody. But she said she said that there were 2 discs in there that were really bad, and they ended up doing a fusion of 3 vertebrae instead of just 2. So it definitely needed to get done. It actually was. And when that movie came out, Brandon, it was an artistic masterpiece too. Just the color, the filmography on it was insane. It was cinematography. Okay, so I have not been able to shush at all. Well, rain doesn't help. Shushing in the rain, I guess you have to move. I guess you have to go way up. I think it might have been the first time I've done it in the rain. And then, I mean, all right, so I got to the hospital at 9 a.m. and then they kept me, and they were trying to tell me I needed to stay till 5 p.m. the next day, and I was like, that shit ain't happening. You can see clear as day that I'm good. I can be at home. And in fact, being here in the hospital is more risk because I don't know where anything is, and I'm going to trip and hurt myself. And that finally actually did it. That actually got it. But, so Caesar, you'll see this a lot, but if you go to the VA, we're younger, right? They're not used to having patients at our age group. So it was roughly 20 hours, I think. Favorite actor? I'm gonna probably go with Denzel. And then I go, and then you have your fun ones too. But I go McConaughey next, and then as a real fun one, just to piss off Joe, we'll go Nick Cage. I'm really confused. Did you guys learn all there is to know about Golden Tee? And Caesar, it also has always made me feel almost ashamed to use the VA. Like, the first VA experience I was at Heinz in Chicago. And look, if you don't know this, guys, the percentage of veterans that are homeless out of the homeless population, veterans have a really high rate. Like, I want to say it's the biggest single group of people that are homeless are veterans. So you kind of like, you're like, God damn. But you go into the VA hospital, and I'm going in there to get a physical done, let's say, and I get my name called ahead of somebody who's missing an arm. The next guy's missing a leg. Next guy's got a hole in his chest. And you're just like, no, I'll sit down and wait. But it just, you can't do that, though. And there should be enough resources to go around for everybody. That's what hits you in the feels a bit. But it's such a different VA now. So when I would go to the Minnesota VA, like, I would literally go into my primary care doctor every 3 months, and he'd just look at me and then sign me off with another 3-month prescription for Percocet or Vicodin, whatever the going flavor was that month. And then a month supply, and then a 3-month supply of Ambien. I mean, that does show you that as a country, our medical professionals were over-prescribing the fuck out of opioids, but now they've gone to the total opposite way. That, look, there's not a painkiller that's better than an opioid. There just isn't. You're not going to ever win that argument. And if somebody doesn't exhibit drug-seeking behavior, then you should be fine with it. Wow, 74s. Yeah, absolutely. It's... All right, so... All right, how do we want to go at this? Let's high T the 9. I hit that way too soft. No, I didn't. Good. Yeah, and So this is another one. See, so I do carry private medical insurance too, through the wife's work, or if I'm working, whoever's got the better package, we use that. And but I still went to the VA because I don't pay any deductible or anything. In fact, they pay me. I get $25 every time I go there for mileage. But I remember I went into the ER one time. It was after Worlds, and I couldn't walk. I was having a really bad gout flare up, and the guy asked me for my insurance card, and I was like, "Why do you guys ask me this? I fall under the veterans with the disabilities that I have covered." And he's like, "Yeah, but the VA only has a certain pool. If you have private insurance that you're paying for or you're using anyway, we'll bill them first, and then we'll cover the rest of it." So that made me feel a lot better about going to the VA, because then I'm like, cool, I'm not taking as much of the pot. And it's kind of, that's one thing too I like hearing about the VA, because you never get told you can't have treatment because the insurance won't cover it. So, and it's funny too, because my doctors will say your private insurance won't cover this test, won't cover this. Dude, they cover everything that I've sent to her. I've never had them not cover something, which is it's so asinine, but it's almost like they're going to just put a piddly amount at it so that the government doesn't get pissed off that they're not covering stuff and fight them, just to stay under the radar kind of thing. So the other thing that always gets me too is they don't have enough money to take care of the veterans, but every time I go into a VA hospital, there's a new wing being put on, or there's something new being done to a building, or they got new tools. But enough of that. It is what it is. It's better than when I got out, but it's still by no means good. Just stuff like my primary care was supposed to reach out to me 48 hours after surgery, and really to check, because that's about, you're going to be finding out if you need more pain medicine or not. So, yeah, nobody reached out, nobody at all. It's just stuff like that. I don't know. It also makes me want to go do something more altruistic and take a job down there and working at the hospital, just because I like people a lot. I don't have to do anything medical, but as long as I get to make contact with people, I love that. But I mean, really, I'm not in a position in my life right now where I can take that little amount of money to work and do those jobs. I will say this: most appointments I have at the VA, I'm always ending up helping somebody. Especially when I was going there while I was working the Microsoft contract, because they saw Microsoft on there, like, "Oh, you must know your stuff. Do you know how to fix this error I'm having in Outlook?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, I can help." At one point, me and another buddy both had offers to kind of co-head their IT department at the Iowa VA hospitals, and I was just like, I don't want to deal with that kind of bureaucrat garbage. Like, I don't want to have to not do things because we're on a different sales cycle and we can't spend money until this month, even though the right thing to do is to spend some money. Different animal. And you guys do know painkillers make me very talkative, so I might run off on some tangents. You're going to have to stop me. All right, good. I'm recording now. You guys can't let me forget, but I gotta start recording those. Oh, that's awesome, Caesar. It just... Yeah, and one of the movies I watched this week, I watched American Sniper again, and it's kind of sad. Like, he did the same kind of thing and ended up getting killed because of it. Guess I'm not playing that terrible right now. We're okay with this. You just wonder how much better these holes would be if they line them up at the hole. There's literally, they had me teed off there. There's literally no reason why it was aiming that way. It doesn't make any sense. I still, now luckily Adam agrees with me and he said it's going to get, yeah, I've seen a lot of them. Miser and Crow have been popping up stuff all the time. I mean, you do realize that we started that thing. Well, I had Gonzaga winning it in all but one of my brackets. The other one I had Illinois just as a homer pick. So now I was killing I was crushing everything, but I lost that one. I have UCLA as the other team, so I wouldn't be bad, but I'm going to be knocked out now. Especially since we got a ton of Houston people in these groups. A lot of people with the homer picks are going to pay off so far, so we're not really in a good position. All right, so next on the middle course that year was Glacier. Can you guys believe that was the first time I met Richard King was there? What is up with this sky? Okay, this is an art problem. That's not a sky this isn't supposed to be like that. No, I'm wearing my White Sox hat. I did my one fantasy baseball draft just for fun. The lockout thing kind of killed a lot of my interest. It just pisses me off that these greedy fuckers can't keep their shit together. Okay, so I guess it's meant to be then, huh? So if you guys are playing old courses, or if when PGA kicks off the kicks out and it goes straight to the PGA machines and we get rain back, just keep an eye on. Did you notice I hit roll on that shot? The ball literally went forward 4 feet. Like I plan to land that right next to the hole. See how little it backs up too. Yeah, I mean, that whole rhythm of getting amped up, watching free agency happening, and now it's like, I haven't even really paid attention to free agency now either. I mean, Sox haven't really done much. And the Twins are doing stuff, which is making me a little mad. Oh. All right, that's got to be there. What hole was that? Which? 4. Not this one. I want to... All right, so we're at 302. So really, guys, 302, that's way long. So we'll go with this. I'm going to actually flip them this with release and try and land it short of the hole, which it will. I just was too scared to get it right enough. And that would have been fine. That speed was good. It wasn't going to lip out. If I had the line on the hole, that goes in. It's just a different dynamic when you're looking at these greens with the rain. And now we have one hole where the greens are going to be slow. Once the rain stops, the greens are slow. And then it's just one hole. After this, everything's going to be normal. And it's just slower. It's not as bad as having full rain, but it is slow. Up and down. $93. All right, we just got to get it past the curve. Now, you may think to hit roll on this if you want to get a better bounce with backspin on this first shot. It gets that little higher bounce, and if you hit it in the wrong spot there, that ball can just plug if you have release or roll on it. With the backspin, you'll get a bounce every time, and it's important on that. Because if you get to a spot where that yardage marker in front of you, if you're aiming to the right of it, if you're not hitting a 5-wood, you're hitting the hill. They got to get rid of stuff like this, too. Like obstacles that is on the direct path between the hole and where I'm teeing off. That sign. That should not be there. That should not be there. Hey, Ben. We're doing okay. I mean, painkillers are in the lead right now. We're not going to live on them much longer. We got about 25 of them left. So they're saying 1 every 4 hours. So what? I got 4 days of painkillers left. Nope. But I gotta say, the time off, it wasn't that much time off. I mean, I've had more time off on a vacation, but it's time off while not, I mean, like, my body feels pretty different than it did when I played last. So, hi, Adam. How you doing, buddy? Oh, and now I'm getting the goddamn opioid sweats right now, too. And having the neck brace on doesn't help with that. Okay, okay, they're updating something, guys. That's actually really cool, but also really stupid. They did some changes here. Well, I mean, he is a world champion now. I don't know. I think for a player Sean Gervais' caliber, I don't know. If it's me, I'm not. Yeah, the monetary side of it's nice, but a lot of us don't really. The money's always an added bonus, but the pride and respect thing, man. I have to say, to you, winning the Purple Bracket of Worlds is almost a black mark in your career, you know. It's a tough one. Like, I would like to walk away and say, you know what, I don't want to win this. Let's let somebody who should be on that level win it. Now, obviously, if you take the World Championship part about it and figure that it wasn't a qualifier, then it's an impressive ass run. That's a double elimination, 64-man bracket, not losing a match, and he played some tough competition. That more power to you, buddy. But I mean, is the person who got what, 21st through 32nd, or no, what is it, 24th through 32nd in the main, is that better than winning the purple? I'm kind of curious what everyone's opinions are here. Like, going 0-2 in the main, is that better than winning the purple? Or silver bracket? I don't know. That's an interesting one. Now, the advantage that Sean had in that scenario is that he doesn't drink. Now, if it was me and I missed the cut, I might have dunked in the next day. No, I would have showed up. I would have showed up all just in the same clothes from the night before. That's more what I would have done. Yeah. Fuck. All right, we're gonna save birdie here. Yeah, that kind of thing right now, it just doesn't feel it. That's bad. Does these graphics that are coming up, is this off-putting to anybody? This doesn't seem right. That doesn't it doesn't look good, does it? Okay, and this is where it would make me upset with IT, because I am guaranteeing you, I'll put a 99% probability out here that no one's played this course and knows that whatever change they did on another course is making this course do this. And that kind of irritates me, that we take more pride in their product than they do in some regards. Well, Adam, and it's the worst part of it is that it looks like they were trying to make it be sunset kind of thing, and the it's coming down, but I haven't seen it on another course, so I don't think they know it's there. But yeah, Adam, but they have a bunch of us that will do it for free. Jim, look, dude, I hate to say it, and I gotta say the communication is atrocious. It's not good. So, just for shits and giggles, I asked Kevin how someone would handle if they didn't have friends at IT to talk to on a personal level when they have a problem. What would they do? Well, it's at the horizon. Yeah. Adam, that's the thing. I don't know they will. So, for example, they made a change like 3 years ago that made a couple par threes, and one of them was like indigo hole 6. The par 3 is dramatically offset as much as it can be either way, and it's never been fixed. We've had the problem on Monte 11, I believe it is, the long par 5 way downhill, where there is one spot on the green where there's an invisible obstacle that you hit putting or as an approach on the green. It's rare to hit it because it's only one spot, but we've told them about it for the last 6 months, not fixed. It should be easy fixes. The art team should be able to pop right in there, go and look for something around that area that's there. It's just... So now we have what? We have the arcade collection, and mind you, this is a bunch of IPs that they have that we don't even see yet, but they're low on manpower and they're releasing more and more things for the same program. So we have, I mean, we're gonna have 3 different models of GoldenTee out there. I mean, 4 if you think, 5 if you think about it. In a couple of months, you're gonna have the Go. You're going to have Home Edition PGA, Commercial Edition PGA. And they're different enough that how, with the lack of manpower we're told that they have, how are they going to be able to tech this stuff out in a reasonable amount of time? And I know Adam, not Adam Miller, but I know Adam Kramer's sitting here thinking about this, and he has to know, We can't keep releasing more stuff. Then you have a team dedicated just for mobile, which they should, because mobile's probably making them the most money. I mean, these digital commodities, except for the fact that Apple and the stores are taking 30%, but 30% for free, pretty good, actually. But so now you're prioritizing what things need to get fixed. And that's not a good way to do business, especially when we have real cash on the line in these contests. No, and Adam, I mean, if we look, that is the way of the world now. If you look at any of the platform games or PC or PS5, Xbox, dude, these developers, the studios release games that have a ton of bugs. Because rather than releasing a beta for free, people are still going to buy the game, but they're on top of it for that first month or two and fixing all of these bugs and dedicating all the resources to that. I don't feel like the same thing happens with GoldenTeeTV at all. It really... Brian, I was one of those people that, I mean, so my first game, I want to say, was 2004. And that was before you really knew anybody. And I was kicking all my friends' asses. So I went to the Maywood Park Challenge, which was a Team USA qualifier back in 04 or 05, and made a cut. So while I was better than my friends, I didn't realize this subculture existed. So for me, it wasn't very long. It was one of those things, though. I looked down at this chart, and that all made sense to me. I mean, shaping shots was really easy for me because it made sense. And it does actually make sense how it works. So, I mean, you get different parts of it. Now, I will say now, Brian, the learning curve for new players is so much smaller than it used to be. Like, for instance, you can watch somebody who's a good player. I mean, some might say great. I don't know. I'd maybe say the best of all time. One person might say that, my wife, but who knows? But you can come and see. You got videos out there. Then you guys also have the shot meter. And that shot meter tells you everything about the game. Where I had to sit and watch Chuck Wagon and figure out how his hand motions were manipulating the trackball, and then by figuring out speeds, I have an exact reading. I don't care what my opponent does. I can just look up at the last second and see, oh, halfway between B and C, 132, 2 and 3. Okay, that didn't work at this missteer. I can adapt it right away. And those kind of things are invaluable when you're getting better at it. And you'll find those people that just understand how that works really quick. And those are the guys that get really good really fast. But, I mean, honestly, I was really good. I was really good when I started. I don't think I've gotten to the level that I am analytically with the game until a lot more recently. And I hate to say it, and this is going to sound weird, Stouts taught me more about the game, and I will apply to all sorts of things with the game moving forward that I never would have thought of. And it's so funny because like the stuff that I do with par threes with Stouts, dude, you can do that same stuff with a full wind ball too. It's just you have to learn when I'm going to turn an extra turn, where to move it then. It's almost as if you're trying to dial in your lines exactly when playing a full shot. A lot harder, but can it be done? Yeah, not as accurately because you don't get a good reading on what the break of the green's going to do at coming in at an angle like this rather than straight for it. So you have a variable that's not as easily predicted. So a good rule of thumb there, if they give you a club, okay, so I had a perfect line at the hole. If you took the swing set out of the way on that shot, I had a dead straight line with no obstacles in my way going to the green. When it gave me the club that was the right club to hit, it's telling me that that shot is not hitting the bar up top or hitting the swing set down below. Golden Tee will give you the club that won't hit an obstacle in front of you when it can. Obviously, like if you're at a G wedge and you're going to hit the wall in the sand trap, it can't give you a different club. It's giving you that club. But it will give you the club that will get over the obstacles in front of you. Now, it's giving it to you based off a no spin on the ball, and we have proven time and time again that roll and release make the ball go lower. No spin is in the middle, and backspin and bite go higher. So that change could cause it to hit something then. But if they give you a club that's aiming you at the hole without being like offset, they're showing you that you don't have an obstacle in play unless you actually line it up and hit it. Does that make sense to everybody there? Kiss with the fist is better than none. But Brian, the whole thing about there's really not competing professionally. It's going to a tournament to have a good time, and it's that my expectations are like I go to every tournament wanting a win. Now, health reasons wise, lately it's been a little tougher, but I still say, look, if I have a great day, I'm winning. Now, let's say you came to your first tournament. I know nothing about your game. I don't know you. You don't have a chance of winning right now. So if you went there with that expectation that you're going to win, well, they're going in with the wrong expectation. But so you're still competing on a professional level by being at any tournament. But I guess it's depending on what your definition of competing is. Once to hit you back, you gave a kick, I gave a slap over your head. I should have looked at that. Anytime, Brian. If you got more questions, it could be about anything, man. Like, I will try to talk my ass off on any topic. Ask Adam, he knows. So if you ever have the option to get past the tree line, it's a much easier shot. You're then not going over the bunkers on your approach. When every time you're short, you got to play it over the bunkers, and you're hitting a driver most of the time, so it's hard to get it to slow down enough. Where that pin is, if I had to go over the bunkers with an 8.5 or a 10.5, it would have been really hard to get this close. This is going to be really nice to get it close. If I didn't hillbilly rip it, All right, nothing special here. All right, so I missed the one, but I've holed out twice now, I think. Let's get a third one. Now, you do, on older courses, you do lose some of the advantage with stouts. So one of the biggest advantages with stouts is that since the general size of the tee box is generally enough to fight a 6-mile-per-hour crosswind by moving to the edge of the box, and that's what the standard size tee box is. And that's what the newer courses are all pretty standard. You'll have the 1 or 2 off holes. But since they added these tee boxes for tees, like the box that comes up when you use a tee, they added it after the fact. Like they went back through the old courses and added these on here because they're like, shit, why don't we make money off of tees on old courses too? Let's do it. But you'll find that the tee boxes are all varying in sizes, so I can't really use it as an accurate assessment. It's more of a guessing game. Okay. See, look at how tiny this one is. I'm moving it back because I wouldn't have done this if I was going to use no T here, but I'm low T'ing it. Now, shots like that, we'd have to do that before with no tees, so I would have been cutting a sand wedge, baby cutting, or even chipping at that hole. Okay, so right now, one of the reasons why, though, for the stream views that you watch, the shot meter getting turned off is bad. It doesn't let people get an accurate reflection of everything. So that's technically not allowed at either the PGT events and World Championships, not allowed to turn off the meter. If your opponent reports you on it, it can be a forfeit, but I think it's just a loss of a stroke, which I still have never seen anybody get hit with any sanctions during any match. So, I mean, that's how we are as a community, but we really should step it up to make it. Oh, I can bend fine, Caesar. I just can't go, like, it's got to bend at the waist. I'm fine there, yeah. But I've worn sandals every day. I'm not dicking around with shoes. But now, it's one of the, I mean, some people, I don't like to watch my opponent's shot. Well, you're stupid. You should be watching and see your opponent's shot every time they hit, whether they're using the same balls or clubs with you as you know, based off of what they did, what you can absolutely do on a shot. If I saw my opponent hit a dead straight 180 at 142 with the high T driver and he was short, there's no way I can hit it there. You can't go further than 142. He maxed it out. I can't get it there. If I see he went long with a cut on it, well, I know now I can drop down a club. So just those little pieces of information will take away risk for me and greater reward. If you're not using those numbers to give yourself a better chance of winning, you're playing the game wrong. And if you're competing at a top level and you're not using it, you're fucking up. You really are. You're fucking up. It was one of the earlier streams. Al was saying, I won't watch an opponent. I'm like, well, Al, you're wrong. You need to watch an opponent. You should get every piece of information about any hole you can. Otherwise, you're playing blind, and I'd rather have advantages. But see, somebody like Stenmark, though, okay, see, the only people that hurts is the top guys. I mean, the only people that hurts is the guys who aren't on the top level. If you're that good at Golden Tee that you're competing at the highest level, you can see what somebody else's shot did and be able to give a pretty good estimation on exactly what it was. If we covered up my shot meter, I could, especially on my thumb shots, I could tell you based off of where it went, what my miles per hour are. I could tell you if I cut a drive or not, you know, all those goodies. I mean, it's pretty straightforward for us to figure it out. But that's also, I mean, most of the top guys now, I mean, well, some of them are, I mean, I'm getting closer to, I got 90,000 games or something right now, 88, I think it says on here. It says 72 in the app for some reason, though, and I don't. What were good holes on that course? I'm trying to think what was good there. We'll say. I gotta think here now on Palm. What were some good holes there? Yeah, I mean 18's got to be there. That's good. I totally forgot to do it during that round. What was another shot in there? Let me look back here and see. You guys were supposed to be reminding me. I gotta remember holes out of here. Okay, that's a good one too. All right, so we got hole one. Nothing. All I'm doing on hole one is I'm looking at my distance. Then can I get it up for a church in the rain? Absolutely not. Now there's something that I've been doing differently now than when for a while. Like it's natural for us to try to line this shot to have a straight win. Okay, with stouts, I mean, with any ball to give yourself a dead straight win, it's almost a 0% chance. There's always going to be a little bit of off. Now, with a full wind ball, a little bit off, I can aim a little bit more directionally and have the wind play it back. But since I'm going to only get a half wind, I'm only going to have a little bit of wind here. So if I go straight, it's going to move it outside the edge of the cup. And if I go to the right one click, it's going to go outside of the cup the other way. So what I want to do here is not line this up straight. Right? So now I can hit a thumb shot at this and play an aim to make it. So I give myself a better chance of doing that because if I don't have a dead straight shot, then I almost cannot make it with a thumb shot. And really, that's what we should be going for on every attackable hole. With there's no obstacles that I got to fuck around with, I want to have a chance to hole it out. It's that simple. And how am I going to hole out the best? With a thumb shot. Easy. No pullback shots. Or a chip, too. Now, obviously, in a shot like that, I couldn't thumb it because I have to cut it. And you can't cut a ball without thumbing it, while thumbing it unless I'm pulling back. But we want to eliminate those variables. Always. Eliminate variables. That's it. Now, see, this hole would be great. This would be one I would move and hit it straight. And I think I'm still going to do it. Did they take the watch your time pedal? So, Ryan, you can turn it off. Most machines turn it off. They may have now defaulted it to being off, but I think it's still set to being 30 seconds as a standard time. And there's a good reason for it. I mean, you don't want it to get screen burnouts on. If somebody leaving it on and walking away. But no, it is not completely gone. There is still a delay of game. You got to be careful on whatever machine you're playing on. At tournaments and things, it's always off. Shit, at Worlds, it better have been off. How many times I had to walk away from my machine because it kept fucking up, I would have lost strokes every time. Oh. Yeah, I think I'm going to knock out a couple more events games after this. Actually, I think I have a game, and then we're going to cut it off. I'm going to be pretty rigid at no more than 2 hours of play. I honestly thought, too, this back surgery was going to make me gain weight. I've lost another 10 pounds just because I mean, when you first get done with it, my throat hurt really bad. Right away, it was fine. Day 2 and day 3, dude, it was bad. It hurt like hell. You can drive this hole with a ramp with a driver off that little mound there, but it's raining. You don't get the ramp in the rain. So it's a non-factor. I don't even look. And Ryan, those aren't stupid questions, man. Keep asking away. Any question that you lead into, there's probably one other person in here that wanted to ask it too and thought the same thing. No judgments here. I'll only call a few people stupid. You haven't jumped on that list yet. I mean, generally, it's only Al who will call stupid, but we love Al. All right, so there's a trick, Ryan. If you really want to make your time, if you do have a timer on, go here, go to, where is it? Is it equipment setup? No, where is it? Oh, go to Customized Golfer and just go into a menu. Get as far deep as you can because it then times out from this to the next screen back, to the next screen back, next screen back. I think on non-home editions, there's still a giveaway code button in there. That's a really good one. It has a really long timeout on What are we at? Okay. Oh, you're welcome, Ryan. All right, this is going to look a little like you're not going to understand why I'm doing it. So the 9-wood low is an option here, but the 9-wood low still almost goes your full distance, and I'm still worried about it going long. If I thumb my 4-iron, it's generally shorter than the other clubs because it doesn't get high in the air, and you lose more distance by bouncing in before than the ball carrying. So what I'm going to do here, move it 1 or 2 clicks right. I'm going to high T thumb this with backspin. Now, a thumb shot with a backspin with a 4-iron is still going to stop pretty well. It's not going to come back, but it's going to stop. So this should be pretty good. That speed was perfect. That was just where I wanted to do. I kind of bailed out at the last second because if I push that a click to the right, that is definitely wet. Yeah, Ryan, we're getting there. We're getting there. I mean, it's not recovery's still going. I can't say it's recovered yet. But the neurosurgeon who is filling in when mine's on vacation has a different healing process idea, and he doesn't think that after this, he's like, after a week of this, the bone, you're not ripping the plate out unless you do something really bad. So he's like, you want to move around and do things more actively, or else you're going to be stiff as hell in a month. And you know what? Since I'm the type that when I get the answer that I want to hear, like if I'll go ask my dad something and he says no, then I'm going to ask my mom. If she says yes, then I feel like I'm good. And same thing with doctors. It just means to me that neither one of them are sure enough that their way is right, that I can do what's best for me. Rob, my biggest worry was obviously they're working on spinal cord stuff that I got, and I can walk and I'm not worse. That's good. That's the plus. So the surgery did go well. I'm starting to doubt that it's going to make the feelings in my body come back and some of my extremities that I've got issues with. But it's going to tell us that, because right after the surgery, I felt great. I thought I had it all back. Now it's kind of I've got some tinglies and some numbness again. So, but that could just be swelling. So we got to wait it out. And they did inject me with a bunch of steroids before the anesthesia. So we all know if you guys take steroids at all for anything, dude, you feel like you're 20 years younger right away. Steroids is awesome. I mean, people don't go out of their way to try to get drugs like that, but I'm surprised there isn't more of a black market steroid market, like prescription strength stuff. Or, I mean, I guess there is, but it's kind of ridiculous. And I mean, with the doping in baseball, I think that was more important than the actual strength part. Recovery is insane. Yeah, Luke, I am too. Well, oh my God. This is what I was doing a lot of before. I blame that on Luke. 343 into a 14, slightly downhill with the down 7. So my carry distance with this with a level shot and no wind is 352, let's say. So I think I can just back this up. 7 wind's going to slow it down. We're going to high tee it. We're going to hit it solid. Yeah, I needed to get up and start doing something. I love PlayStation and all, but my God, I feel like a lump, Steve. But thank you guys. Okay. This is a scarier shot. The high T with the G wedge here still is going to have every chance to take that up 8 right to the back. Even if I low T this, it's got the same chance of doing it. So I'm actually, this is going to look backwards. I'm going to low T this. I'm going to release it, and I'm going to have a baby cutter on the outside. Hey, Andrew, how you doing, bud? Well, but, okay, nerves don't really do that. So, so here's the thing. My nerves were all connecting fine, though. That's not the, because we did the test for neuropathy, and from here to the end, fine. Like, it showed no nerve damage whatsoever in the ENGs that we did. Or, I think it's ENG. Yeah, it's ENG. So, maybe it is. Who knows? Oh, I thought this was a par 5. This would have been a good one. But, you know what's funny, though? Even the neurosurgeon, at least he was, my first neurosurgeon basically was like, oh, this is going to fix everything. I was like, wow, okay, sweet, I'm all in. The guy who I saw yesterday was like, well, anybody who says that's lying. We don't know how nerves are going to come back. All I can tell you is the surgery that you did is going to stop it from having more damage caused by what you had going on. That's my best answer. If we get other things, that's great. But you can't have everything. And he started talking like GoldenTeeTV. He's like, it can't all be hole-in-ones or super albatrosses. I was like, that's a good one, man. Way to relate with your patient. Loved it. Luke. Okay, so okay, that's fine. So what? Okay, so now, Luke, so what happens here is this, and you're almost excited that he did it that way. So this is the first time in history you were able to run all of the games that are in those from the arcade collection and GoldenTeeTV in 1080p, because I believe the power putter, the bags, one of them, I think it was the bags actually, had to have a specific video card, and the newer video cards wouldn't work with it. So if you had dip switches, so if you were trying to perfect magic switch off of one Nighthawk to run it all, you would have had a magic switch, but then gone in and changed your dip switch settings for the display properties on it, because it wouldn't display higher than 720p. The arcade collection, they remastered it, so now those do. There is some cool stuff that I can't give out about the arcade collection that is probably going to happen. Now that, because the interest on it's been banging. Oh, that makes more sense. That's the wound healing. But yeah, it might not end up being a bad deal. I know Brad Lutz has one out there that he listed for 8,500 that he did the same thing, and it's kind of cool. They do great jobs. I'm guessing they got it from Richard Newman, which would have been a great buy because he does great work too. But he and Brad Lutz would be those two. Those would be the two guys that I would talk to if you were looking for something specific like that. And guys, that's not valuing the labor that it takes to get that shit to work right. Honestly, to me, it's not worth it to build them. Why did I do that? I didn't pay attention. Stop, though. It stopped. I can't get up. Whoops. Okay, it's probably Richard Newman's, because Brad Lutz just posted his. Yeah, they do great work, man. I'm always impressed with people that keep their wiring really well. And then I think, did they put the buttons on the back here too? It also means with the way that they ran those is that you don't have to reboot every time you want to switch games. That's a great feature. Wow, that looked a lot better than that. I thought that was going to drop. Oh. There's something that I don't think those two either figured out. See if he has to flick his inputs on his HDMI. They have cheap little Chinese things that will remove the HDC, the handoff, right? The HDCP, the handshake between it, so that you could do that. Oh, I heard the Bel Air show is actually pretty freaking good. Let me see if I have another invite I have to play, and then I'll play a couple games of events and call it an evening. Yeah, this is the longest I've been playing for it. 1 day, 5 months. All right, we got to play this Pine Creek. Let's do it. Then I'm sure that's Richard Newman's. I'm sure that's who they got it from. Nice. That's good. Yeah, thanks, Q, buddy. Thanks for sending those out. I didn't see. Did I win, lose? What did we do? It's nice to go back and play the courses from when we first met back in yesteryear. I did shoot a pretty that Palm Springs one. That was a pretty monstrous. That was a pretty big one. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I didn't play too bad. Heavy. Yeah, like these kind of shots, like nothing's familiar quite yet. It's not even the game part of it. It's that just things aren't the same, like don't feel perfectly right yet. So I kind of second guessing every move I'm making. All right, let's make this. All right, that pin's in a good spot. Doesn't really matter where I put it. I wanted 5 irons, the longest club I'd want it going in. Just because I need to get more backspin with that down. Wait a minute, wasn't this a down 9 normally? Or am I thinking of a wrong hole? I might have made that too, though. God, the weird thing is how the brackets are looking. In my most expensive one, I have Iowa State in the Final Four, and it's not another question. And I did that just because I'm really not a homer pick. I picked Iowa to lose because I just don't like Iowa sports. Iowa State, is against the grain where I'm at, because we're real close to Iowa. Yeah, like speeds are a little off. Distance control is a little bit weird right now. We'll get there, though. That's awesome. Yeah, see, I remember it too, Ryan. And that's back when I remember going out with 3 buddies all the time, and like we were young and kind of broke. We wanted to drink too and try to pick up chicks. So it was like we'd play games until we'd run out of our player account, and then we'd be watching the screen while trying to hit on chicks to see when they closed out. And instantly, once we saw a game close out, we're like, okay, we can play again. Oh. All right, let's see if this snaps back hard and breaks through 5. It did. It broke right through it. You just don't think that you want to aim that much left, but it really had to move a bit left. So 374 with a 6. All right, so the 10.5's out of the question. Can we get the bounce over here? Not fucking with it. I think I could have made it work, and if I needed the stroke, but I had a holdout already. I missed my putt on 1, but I don't think anybody would have gotten 1. So I'll take being clean and having a shot to almost make that. Dude, that was when live first came out. Luke, it's a little rough, man. It can be. But eventually you get so tired that you just end up sleeping. But I wake up with some other pains every day. But this other neurosurgeon said he doesn't have his patients sleep with the neck brace. And that kind of baffled me a bit, but it sounds good. So I'm not, just the way his little, my other doctor made us like real nervous on how strict we had to be with everything. And this guy really eased it off a bit to make me realize, like, okay, dude, you're not going to die if you move your neck a little bit. It's not that bad. And that's kind of how my neurosurgeon made it seem. Like, if you move at all, you're going to ruin it. She's using scare tactics. The other guy just realizes, like, dude, your body will tell you what it's going to let you to do. But I am starting to get a little sore playing right now, so I probably should quit after this. In fact, it's not a probably should. I will. I told my wife that I would make sure not to do anything stupid, like hole out 2 times every game, you know, those kind of things. All right, remember, my trick is this. When you're aimed here at that little cutout in the fairway, right where my overhead marker is, and a 10.5 is over that, I am going this way every time with either high T 3-wood or 10.5 spinner. Yeah, Ron, where are you playing at? Because there certainly is. Ah, well. No, yeah, well, okay, you're right. Well, so, and go figure, I forgot to go and cross into Chicago and go hit one of the beautiful dispensaries there. And my doctor basically said you're not allowed to be in the car for more than a half an hour. Well, it's an hour and a half drive. So, of course, Jill and I were like, yeah, I can't do it. And Jill, I'm not sending to do that. Dude, you got people up there. Man, post a GoldenTeeTV fan. I'm sure you have people in your area. And you got some great guys, too. Steve Beatty's one of the best people you'll meet. I don't know. They got to be somewhat close to Detroit. I don't know where exactly they are. Yeah, I think don't worry. I'm doing it too, man. I agree. Yeah, just go in the Golden Tee fan page, Ron, and put a post up. Generally, we probably have one or two of them here. All right. This is going to be, we're getting tight with this. This should get there, but I'm going to have a chip coming up from the bottom that is now going to be an up 6, left 1. No, there is a bunch in Grand Rapids, but you have some on the Detroit side. I think Viduri's right out there too. And I think Kenny and Steve are on the Detroit side, not the Grand Rapids side. McClellan would be the one for the Grand Rapids side. All right, so we're going to nuke this. We're going to be over the green. But I'm going to try to keep it left so I get a charge. See, I knew that's where it was going. Now I got a right 2. Lucky thing is here, even if I over-aggressively hit this chip, the thanks, Al. And it won't roll through that much. Okay, you got Demko right there. Then Beatty and them are right there, too. Klomper, too, is awesome. I think a 28 is going to hold up there. 18 was tough. And, guys, since that's it, Dad just came in, chimed in, and said it. I got what I wanted. Oh, shit, man. Well done, Caesar. You're getting there, man. You're not as bad as you say you are. But we'll leave you at this. Guys, pay attention. I'll keep an eye on Golden Tee Fan. Either tomorrow or Sunday, I'm going to put a post of the sign-up for the next Word of Mouth tournament. I might not be able to list prizes as of yet because if I give away the machine and the person who wins wants the machine, they're taking the machine. If not, I'm going to give them cash and I'll put this machine up again. So I think it's going to be, we're going to have a machine and 2 home edition events added as prizes. And then I'm going to do some other stuff in there as well. I think I'm going to do, I got an idea and I want to see how it plays out, if everybody's okay with it. But, yeah, Luke, I'm not feeling better yet, but I needed to do something. I need to get out there. I'm a man of the people, man. But we'll let you guys go. Get back to your weekend. Enjoy your loved ones. And we'll see you guys on Monday. If I post and say that. I'll post either way. But I want to try to get back scheduled in there. So have a good night. Thanks for tuning in. Word of mouth is out. Enjoy your weekend, folks.